Hello, everybody. I am Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, brought to you by executive producer Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment, coming exclusively to Paramount Plus. Halo, you know the game. Now watch the show.
I miss
Finish
that
the
guy.
fight. In a world where AI is not what it seems. Cortana, we need your help. Anyways, can you imagine the 90s pitch for this show? That would have
That
been
would be
awesome.
awesome. Dude, it's funny. I heard him recently. I don't know if it's the same guy, but the voiceover came back. I was like, the
Yeah.
Morbius trailer is so bad that the fucking voice comes back for Morbius. It's like the Morbius trailer plays, and at the end, it's like exclusively in theaters or April 1st. I'm like, what the fuck?
Coming soon to Paramount Plus.
Jared Leto.
The Master Chief had a dilemma.
Nice.
Double kill. Get him to say that shit.
Killjoy.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. This is Halo. We all know what Halo is, or most people do, but this is a little different. This is the TV show that's been trying to get a live action version of Halo since what? Since it came out.
Yeah.
I think in like
Forever.
2001 or 2 or whenever it came out, 2002, 3. They've kind of been trying to do that. I remember it was going to be like a what was it? Peter Jackson? Was it Peter Jackson?
I heard the first time I remember hearing about it was the guy who did District 9. He was going to direct, and I think Peter Jackson was producing. That's kind of what I remember early stages.
Bloom Camp.
Yeah, that guy, the chappy
But
guy.
I think I remember it fell through right before like Chappie or District 9. It completely fell through. And if you look, I think I remember and District 9 was the first one, right? Before
Yeah,
Chappie.
yeah. Mhm.
If you look in that, the guns like the guys have are fucking BRs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because I heard that they got so far in production they had weapons and stuff made, and then they didn't make the movie, so they used those weapons for District 9 because it's a fucking BR. They just paint it white, I think, but you could fucking tell it's got a little screen on the top and looks just like the BR. So that's kind of cool. I was like, well, the BR looked good. I do think this deserves a live action film. This kind of
100%.
this feel, this Halo feels like a sci-fi big movie epic. You got to have a lot of money to make this thing look good.
Yeah.
And they did a pretty good job. I mean, I'm sure I had some problems with the budget,
Yeah. Agreed.
but we'll talk about that. So it came out March 24th, and it's doing like a weekly thing, obviously, because there's only one episode up. I hate that. Fuck
that.
you.
It sucks. Yeah.
I mean, this isn't television, bro. I'm not gonna tune in next week.
Yeah.
Whenever you want, because it's always on. It's like, well, then just play it now. You have it in the back room, and you don't have to wait to film it.
Yeah. Paramount needs subscribers. They need to keep people fucking on their service for as long as possible.
But this helped them a lot. So this broke a Paramount Plus record, and I don't imagine that record was very high. So I don't,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do fine, but because the only reason why I say that is because they got Star Trek, Picard, and Discovery, and I feel like those are
Picard
kind of
is
popular.
dope.
Yeah,
Picard is dope.
So I'm assuming they got quite a few subscribers. Not obviously not nowhere near Netflix or HBO, but yeah.
I only got a couple episodes into Picard, but I got to continue because season 2's out now. And I saw a preview for season 2 in the theater, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, they're getting into some really cool shit here. Alternate timelines, like they're doing some Kelvin type crap, like the Star Trek movie, and pulling in people and younger versions of that person who you saw in Generations, but now he's interacting with old Picard. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, all right, let's do this. This went time travel real quick. Okay, let's see here. Who is this guy? Pablo Schreiber. Yeah, that guy. Fucking what's that guy? He's the guy's brother. And the guy is Schreiber's brother. The brother, what's his? Wolverine's friend. He's in the X-Men movies. He's
Oh,
Sabretooth.
yeah. Liv Schreiber or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he was Sabretooth in the crappy Origins one, I think. X-Men Origins. And Jen Taylor stars Master Chief. Petty Officer Cortana, reprising her role from the video game series. So, was that blonde lady the lady from the video game series? Because she's going to be Cortana?
Which blonde lady?
No, the main lady.
The doctor?
Yeah.
No, it's a separate character.
I know it's a separate character, but it's the same actor. Because
Oh,
Cortana's supposed to be like a perfect... It's like her.
It's not going to be the same. It's a different actors. Based on IMDb. I'm looking at IMDb. I have it up right now. The Jen Taylor plays Cortana, and Natasha McHorn plays Dr. Halsey.
All right. So, first 5 episodes were affected due to COVID-19. Eventually, filming resumed in Budapest. They left Canada to film in Budapest. This is like some fucking Avengers shit. We seem to remember Budapest differently. So, this is interesting. It took a long time. It was fun, right? This is a cool. I had fun, like a big event almost. You know, like, oh man, we've been waiting to see something like this for years and years, and now we get to sit down and finally fucking do it. This is cool. And it went way different than what I thought. I was like, what the fuck? Hold up, man. It starts off like Mad Max or something, or Dune. It's like they're getting spice on the planet freaking desert here, right?
There's some outposts in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and these like tribal ass people wearing this crazy stuff. I'm like, dude, what the heck is going on? I thought this was space. I thought this was scientific, and I've seen Halo. I don't remember them dressing like this, dude.
Yeah.
This is like a Kmart Halo. But there's this outpost. Yeah, there's a group of people, and they introduce like this this Asian dude is like the leader of it. Real hard ass, like like the trainer from Mulan. Kind of whatever reminded me of like a Shogun Warrior or something.
Yeah.
He's just a really serious dude, and he has his daughter. And everyone's got, of course, it's the future, and we've seen this from every new sci-fi. You got to have the weird ass fucking mullet. That's the future haircut, and apparently, in everything now.
Yeah.
Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves,
the women, the men, ugly butch mullet. That's what
I don't think anything will top Raised by Wolves mullet. That guy, he has the best.
Dude, the girls is pretty.
The girls is pretty gnarly too. Yeah,
it's like God. I just imagine even filming as a character, you gotta be like, I look fucking stupid. I don't think I can do this. You just get on set, guys. I feel stupid. All right, I just nobody laugh. Anyways, so this is Outpost, and you get the feeling, and they start shadowing things that they've fought UNSC. They've been fighting the UNSC for a long time, and for independence, some kind of independence. They want to be on their own. And, you know, there's like the fucking empires coming here.
Yeah, it's like a resistance group.
Yeah. Credits are no good here. Yeah, it's a resistance group on this planet, and it seems condensed and small. And later there'll be like 200 casualties. Like that was it. That's your whole group, and you've been fighting the space army.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. I don't think so. I don't buy it. Must have been hopped up on spice.
Yeah, they do say they have other factions, but I'm like, what? Another 200 people on some other planet? Like,
yeah, right. Where? Where? Oh, so we get a little bit of that, and then that's the first time I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, this is weird. This is starting like with this tribal group, and they're talking about the UNSC like it's a bad thing.
I did like
and
that
they're
scene.
not.
I like that them telling stories about like chief and
Yeah.
like that. I thought that was
Oh
kind of
yeah,
cool.
that was cool. And
Yeah.
they're not cool. I fought a Marine, dude. This motherfucker says he's fought a Marine. We're talking about Spartans, you idiot. It's like 200 Marines and they don't die.
They just
You
keep
see
coming.
You see his face.
That dude, that straight up remind. I don't know that you know the quote more than I do, but it reminded me of Michael Biehn in Terminator because that's basically it just keeps coming. Won't be bargained with.
Doesn't feel pain. He doesn't care. Can't be reasoned with. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. So, and then I get surprised again because we go and they're playing. As the young kids. You think it's innocent they're playing, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, yo, found the drugs."
Oh yeah.
Because the bottom's up. And
Well, this is
bunch of
Quan
weird-
and her friend. I think his name is Quan, right? Quan.
Yeah, Quan. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what we're going with. All right, come on, Quan. I thought it was a little on the nose myself. Well, I mean, what's the dad's name? Ching or something?
I have no idea.
Quan. So they're out there and they find this plant. They pull it up. It's got these seeds, and obviously it's like mushrooms or something because they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna trip," and they all cheers their little seed and eat their seeds. And Quan doesn't eat hers because she sees something, a reflection or something off in the distance. She goes and investigates, and it's a motherfucking drop ship. What are those called? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember either.
They say the name.
Covenant
It's the big
ship.
purple. It's
Yeah.
a big purple drop ship. You know the one. Looks like a turtle shell. And then she goes up there and sees the ship, and she sees an alien, right?
She sees like a opening in like a cave and a bunch of gunfire and fighting or something, and then she runs away.
Yeah. And then she's telling all the people, "Oh my god, I saw something. You're tripping, girl. Mine hasn't even kicked in yet, I say." And then he's like, "No, I really saw it." And then they're just messing around, and then all of a sudden, boom! Bitch's head blows up.
I was like, holy
Fucking
shit.
blood everywhere. I was like, "Oh shit. Awesome, dude." Like, dude, this is way different than I thought it was gonna be.
Dude, it's funny
And then
because like
another-
first the head explodes and then it cuts to another, and like the whole body explodes. I was like, Jesus Christ! And these are children. These aren't adults.
This is like some Raised by Wolves shit where they blow up, all just blood splatter. It's like, whoa, dude, awesome. And then you see the alien. Arbiter. Yeah, so like 4 kids die in a hellacious, bloody mess, and I was like, dude, this is what we're doing. All right, I'm digging this. Like, this is a lot more violent than I thought it was gonna be, and so that was pretty cool. That was totally unexpected.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
a little jarring.
This guy's heads just blew up. Oh yeah, and then heads blow up, and Quan's got like splatter all over her face. Like, ah!
Yeah. She has blood on her face for 90% of this episode. Like,
yeah.
just wipe your shit off.
And then, she gets back to the village, and she walkies them, right?
No, I think she
How do
runs. She runs back.
Yeah, but they know something's going on. Oh yeah, because she shoots the flare. That's how they know.
Yeah.
She shoots the flare, and so they know something's going on, and so they start locking up the town. It's all into like a big dome, not a dome, but it's got a gate kind of thing, and they start locking it up, and got the sirens going. They think it's a UNSC attack. Apparently, they've been attacked a couple times. And because it's funny because they start locking up before she's there. The gates are slowly closing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man, we should have splurged for the faster gate. I swear to God.
We need an upgrade.
Save a couple bucks now, but because she has hurry, Quan. Pat slide through the fucking door when it's closing thing. And then she's they got the hard ass old white man there with the gun. Then they got the hard ass Asian leader dude ready to go. Out of the 200 people, they're like the most competent. The only 2 like real guys he might think might be able to do something. Everybody else is like, I don't know, just nobodies, just random people,
just a bunch of peasants.
Yeah, they're like, put the women and children at the front. Like, what the fuck?
They got pitchforks and shit.
Come on,
get some.
Yeah, and then they got they put all the children in a fucking room and like it's not a very, they're like, get to the vault is like what the dad says, I think. And then she goes in there, and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna be safe. They're in like I think they said underground or something. But anyways, it ended up not being underground.
Yeah,
it ended up not being very secure. There's like holes in the wall. There's like slats. It's like blinds.
Yeah,
she's like looking out of it. It's like, dude, I think they're gonna see us. God damn, shut the blinds. But anyways, the whole time they're like, how many USC are there and all that, and she's like, dude, they're not UNSC. Like, what do you mean? And then I know UNSC. That ain't no UNSC ship. And no one believes her, because apparently no one knows about the Covenant, I guess.
Yeah,
or at least they think it's just propaganda so the UNSC can cultivate worlds and make excuses for their war machine or something like that. But when the gates blow open, and lo and behold, we get our first look at budget CG aliens. Soldier, comes in. So that was the one thing, man. The Covenant. What the hell? The elites. We don't see anything else but elites. I would have liked to see some little fucking.
I want to see little grunts. Yeah,
little grunts going in there. Yeah. And maybe like a child has a chance against a grunt. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
I'm sure we'll get some grunts, but it would have been pretty cool. But yeah, the CG on the elites, I didn't think was. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was just, and it was probably a mistake to do this during a day. It's just brightly lit, and you know how hard it is to do CG in the daytime because the way light hits that's one of the easiest giveaways of CG is reflections and textures. So I thought to do it in the day was dangerous, and it didn't look that great. I was just like, oh man, okay. I mean, it's passable. It's not the worst CG, but you could tell like in a movie this wouldn't have flied.
No, this felt very and I guess this is a little insulting, but I'm being honest, but it felt very sci-fi channel, you know what I mean? Like not that bad, not like those cheesy like big spider movies, but something like a sci-fi show put a lot of money in, and like this is their show, kind of like a Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah, it looks like they put the money in the suits. You know what I mean? The suits look really good, the Spartan suits.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the aliens start killing everybody. We don't know fucking why. Doesn't seem like they want the spice, so I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, there's fucking 200 humans down there. Go kill them.
Yeah, fucking, I'm bored. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's pretty brutal stuff, dude. And oh yeah, they start using the sword, and it's pretty cool, the sword stuff, because in the games, it's not like a lightsaber. You just kind of hit someone and they die. So you don't really think of it like a lightsaber, but I guess it is. It's like an energy sword.
Yeah.
Because in this show, it's like a lightsaber and it goes up and they're just slicing people and it actually cuts through people and pretty brutal. And then they like Quan is like, I have to save them. And then she starts to leave the place, and she's climbing up a ladder to leave, and one of the kids is like, we're going to die in here. No, we're not going to die in here. We are warriors.
So
foreshadowing. Yeah, that kid will die in there. Okay, so he had a right to be concerned.
Yeah, buckle up.
So she leaves. Oh yeah, she sees her dad. When you know it, the old foot caught underneath the truck bit. Oh no, my foot! It's like, man, I will rip my foot off if I have to.
Yeah.
You ever seen? I'm the fuck. This is 96 hours type stuff. Come on now.
James Franco.
You gotta live, baby. Yeah, so he's stuck under there, and like an elite's coming for him, and she sees it. No. And these, oh yeah, first of all, they have like normal ass guns, and they doing shit to the elites. It's just like making their
like
shields pop
on.
up.
Yeah,
yeah, and then anyways, I think she stops him, and or no, before that, I think he sees. Oh yeah, he's stuck, and he sees the elite trying to get into the locker or the door where all the kids are at, and he knows his daughter's in there, and his foot's still stuck, and he can't do anything. No! He's reaching and yelling, and then the elite opens the door, and then all the children are kind of standing, and then he just,
Jesus.
The guy's like, no! I was like, yeah, there's a lot of kid killing in this, dude.
Brutal.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's like, kill the kids, dude.
He turns his plasma rifle sideways.
Yeah, he doesn't even he doesn't even shoot him normal. He's like, he does that fucking some Dr. Dre starts playing or something. It's like the meme. Like after he does it, it throws the glasses on him.
Oh my god! So
turns his gun sideways. Oh, someone's got to cut that up with like. Someone's got to cut that up with some like Migos or something.
Yeah.
Drop tops, raindrops, smoking on a cookie in a hot box.
Oh shit!
But yeah. So then we get Spartans, yo. When the Spartans come when almost everyone's about dead, and then all of a sudden you see here, and something's falling real fast, and then pow! Superhero landing, dude. Boom! Motherfucking Master Chief, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Gets up, starts RoboCopping. Behind the back, over the shoulder. And it turns out he's got other Spartans with him. I was like, whoa, come on, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
Silver team, assemble! And they're okay looking, I guess. I think one of them's a woman. I thought.
I think so, yeah.
And a more slender armor body. But yeah, I didn't think that they looked very cool. I was just like, oh, they always got to give him like a little bit whacker helmet, a little bit weirder armor, because you can't outshine the chief.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the chief's like, why the hell is his armor so cool? Thought I was a leader. But anyways, yeah, there's 4 of them, right? There's 3 and then Master Chief.
I think so, yeah.
So there's 4 total Spartans, and they're going in there. And then you get the doctor lady who created the Spartan program, and she's like, she's up at their home base, she's like, no, she's checking vitals, she's looking, she's the guy in the chair. Yeah, you gotta have the guy in that chair. So she's that guy. Mission Impossible, I think it's a van. I don't know. But yeah, these action scenes are pretty cool, and they chop in some first person views like Doom. Like I wasn't a big fan of those, but I mean they were okay. At least they were short. At least they didn't try to do the old 3 minutes of first person. Like Doom, the old monkey cam shit.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept it short because it's like I get it, but at the same time, like we're watching a we're not playing a game. We're watching a show, so it's not very active. So you're trying to make it look like we're playing a game, but we're not. So you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, this is not a game. I like though how they show it in first person, and they make you know that like what you see in the games is still what they see. You know what I mean? With their
like
map
the HUD and everything
on the side of their visor and all that stuff. And so that was kind of cool to know that they see that. It was pretty cool. I didn't like how big like the elite seemed. Like they're just so fucking massive. The Chief's fighting. I was like, hey, come on! And he's like, and he's still whooping ass. And I was like, dude, I feel like they're not that much bigger than you when you're in the games. It just seems weird to see this little dude fighting these big ass.
Yeah, I mean,
elites.
Chief's already like 8 feet. Like when you
Yeah.
see Chief standing next to a normal soldier, he's like
Yeah.
fucking 8 feet tall. He's already pretty big.
Yeah, and then these things are like 12 feet tall or
Yeah.
some shit. So I thought they were a little too big for scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I always pictured the elites were the same size as Chief, which is bigger than a human. So that was a little strange. And then the choreography, you know, some of it's turning into like a kung fu movie with Chief. He's just like, what? Hitting him with the butt of the gun and stuff. swinging around and coming around.
Yeah.
So that stuff was pretty cool. / strange.
Yeah.
I at this point I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm like, man, this could have been way worse. I mean, this is not what I expected, but what I expected wasn't anything great. So at this point I'm riding it. I'm like, okay. I'm in. I like the change of dynamic. All of a sudden now the UNSC could be a bad guy. And by the end of it, they are kind of a bad guy. You're like, what the fuck? So now, it's like who we root for. It's not the UNSC we want to root for. Now we're rooting for the Chief because they take the girl's the only survivor, right? And they pick him up and they go on the ship. And this is when I started to feel more like Halo, and I liked it. It's like when we're in ships and they're back at the base, and like the desert planet didn't feel very Halo-ish to me. I didn't like it very much. But once we got up there, and Chief, you know, oh yeah, there's this relic. I don't know what the fuck that was. And he touched it and saw something, and apparently Chief's like getting his memories back.
Yeah.
So now he's starting. Now he's not thinking like a robot. He's starting to think like a human. And they're gonna kill Quan for God knows why. There's just what's one more child death? You know, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember the reasoning. To be honest with you.
Oh, because they're gonna try to get her to do the propaganda.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Remember, where aliens came to my planet? Look what they did. She's like, "How about I tell them you came and killed us, huh?" Like,
which makes I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lie, but I'm gonna say it. I'll watch me. And then so he gets a command to kill her, and it's like Command 76. Does he know what, or kill whatever 76? Like, does he know what the 76 is? I said, yeah, pretty sure he knows. It's the girl. He knows he has to kill the girl. Yeah, he knows. And then he starts to think about it. He starts to like her, and they start bonding. And you know, there's that one part where she's hungry. Is there anything to eat on this ship? And then he gets her some food. And then she's like, "Aren't you hungry? Or what? Do you eat?" And he's like,
"Yeah,
nuts, bolts, computer chips. I made another funny." Yeah, that wasn't very funny.
You're like, "Good one."
Yeah.
Yes.
You murdered my mom. And then she dropped that on him.
Yeah.
You murdered my fucking mom. Okay? You could at least give me a better lean cuisine than this. Yeah, then she just tells the story about how he murdered her mom, and he's like, I wasn't supposed to. She became the asset, and then they said murder her, and I did do it. Like, why? The people have more information than me. I just act. They know what's right, and they have the whole picture, and all this crap. And another thing, Chief sounded like Mandalorian to me.
Yeah,
in the helmet.
One of my biggest complaints. I mean, we're gonna get toward. We're kind of getting towards the end of the episode and kind of give our overall stuff. But one of my complaints is this didn't feel like Chief to me. I don't know if it's the voice or the personality. Like everything about Chief felt off. He looked cool. The armor looked cool and everything. Yeah. But something about his personality it didn't feel like Chief to me. But yeah, I got the same thing as you did, the Mandalorian effect.
With the helmet on, I could buy it.
Yeah.
A version of Chief, you know what I mean? Even with the voice, it's very strange, but I kind of felt Chief-ish. I was like, okay, this is the Chief of the show. Right on. But then when we get more down the line and he turns on the UNSC and goes against his programming, there's pretty cool stuff like there.
Yeah.
And the UNSC turns out to be pretty fucking evil. wanting to kill the kid and all this other shit. And he switches sides. So now I guess this is going to be. It's almost looking to me like this is going to be like a Halo 5 type story, where it's like this Spartan team is hired to catch the Master Chief, and he's a rebel, and that's seeming like what this kind of is mirroring to me, because they got the other 3 Spartans, and they're supposed to catch the Chief, but at one point the chick is like, "Don't catch the Chief. If someone tries to kill them or kill the Chief, then you stop them." Is it deadly force? She's like, "Deadly force."
Yeah, like make sure that they don't kill Chief so I can get him back, basically. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Even if they're friendlies," and then one of the other Spartans is like, "If they're trying to kill Chief, they ain't no friendly." And I was like, "Whoa, man, this is weird. So how's this gonna work?" So now this chick's kind of going against UNSC too. Like, what the hell is going on? And then there's mention of the Cortana. This is exactly why we need the Cortana program. We're not doing the goddamn Cortana thing. And so there's no Cortana yet. And I don't see how this is why they need it. What's Cortana going to do? Listen, Chief, you should stop doing this. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
But, then he takes the helmet off. And that's when it went to shit for me. It's like, I was still liking it, but I was like, oh, fuck, man. This guy looks weird.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like Chief. He doesn't look like a hard ass. He kind of just looks like a dude. And then his voice outside of the helmet was just, ugh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, that's definitely not Chief. The Mando thing, I was like, okay, this could be Chief, maybe. But when you take it off, like, yeah, man. I was like, oh. You couldn't at least gravel it up a bit more, like when the helmet's on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least still have the Batman type voice when it's off, and then when it's on, it's totally, you know. But no, it's pretty normal ass voice when he's out of the helmet, and he's out of the helmet for the last like 5-10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
All of that part, I was like, dude, that ain't Chief. This is just a dude in a suit.
This cosplay.
And why are you taking the helmet off? Makes
Yeah.
no damn sense to me. Yeah, so I thought that was... If he wants to take it off and do that scene, or you shoot me in the head, then that's fine. Then put it back on. But I thought he kept it off way too long for my liking, and it wasn't very long, but it's still too long for me. I was like, nope. Why are you doing this? But with that being said, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I mean, would I go out and get Paramount Plus just to watch this? Probably not. Probably not. But if I have Paramount Plus, am I going to watch this? Yeah, I am.
I 100% agree with you, yeah.
Yeah, because believe it or not, there ain't much to watch on Paramount Plus.
So, yeah,
you're grabbing everything here. They got the new Scream. That's pretty cool. I saw that. I'd like to watch that again. I just watched Jackass Forever, or most of it. That was pretty good. It was pretty good. And the Picard, it's got a couple cool shows on there. But I mean, there's not a lot of people clamoring. Most times, if you're like, "Hey, you got Paramount Plus?" Well, what the fuck is Paramount Plus? You know what I mean? There's so many out there now that it's hard to keep track of them. But yeah, I overall liked it. Was my overall thoughts. Like the CG and the being pulled out of Master Chief were the biggest complaints. The biggest strength, I thought, was spinning the story on its head and feeling like it is pretty fresh take of the UNSC kind of being the almost the bad guy, because we didn't get much Covenant yet. So another thing, I know they can do better CG, because that fucking alien, Mercy, one of the leaders, that looked really good. The fucking Fu Manchu ass alien.
Those guys look awesome, yeah.
Like that looked, I was like, oh shit, dude. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Like, where was this money? But I think that's like what I said, is because they were in an alien ship. And so the ship is like CG, or at least partially CG, so they can control the lighting. It's not out in the daylight. Like, you put that alien in the daylight on a desert, on a set, I bet it looks like shit too. But, in a controlled lighting environment like that, it looked really good. I liked that part. And then there's some girl being raised by them. And she's
Yeah,
like reading about,
I didn't
yeah,
like that.
she's like reading about humans, and she's like, "Are you reading to know how to kill them or to know about your people?" And she's like, "Them ain't my people. You's my people. I'm one of y'all."
Oh my god,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was weird. We'll see how that plays out. But anyways, those are my kind of thoughts on it.
Yeah, I almost feel like they that may be like a studio thing of like, oh, we need to put a human character into that world so that it's easier to digest, maybe instead of just the architect people.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
I thought
was
that was
kind
kind
of
of
weird.
weird.
It was kind of weird that they use a different language because you're
Hmm.
used to them speaking English but having these weird accents and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're speaking a different. That was kind of cool. I was like, all right,
Hmm.
that's kind of interesting. But I did want to. I did want to hear an elite say demon, and they do, but it's in a alien language and you have to read it. But I was really wanting demon.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I felt like this was fine. I guess it was. I don't know. I felt like it was pretty lackluster. Like I said, it's not a complete shit show. It's not unwatchable. It's completely watchable, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it, especially people who don't, maybe know Halo that much. I think that's kind of cool. I have this kind of weird budding thing of like, you don't fuck with franchises I love, but at the same time, it's kind of cool for people who don't play video games that get to,
Yeah,
experience these characters in this world that I love. That like even in the future, the fact that I can talk to my dad about fucking Joel and Ellie at some point is like so insane to me and kind of fun.
yeah.
Um, but okay, yeah, my complaints. Hold on, before I start grilling on it. I will say that despite how I feel about the show, it was fucking awesome to see this in live action. Like the moment the Covenant walk into and you see them for the first time, even though
Yeah.
it looks a little fucked up, it's kind of like, this is so cool to see the fucking Covenant in a
Yeah.
live action setting. Like I don't
It
know,
was a big moment and it was a
yeah,
good build up.
yeah. So I thought just in general, it was really cool to see all these things in live action format. But so I want to go back to the helmet. Yeah, what the fuck? Episode one, because like, dude,
Yeah,
for
I
those
thought
of
it
you-
would take a while before they did that.
Because the
Nope.
thing is like, if for those of you who don't know, or maybe obviously probably most of you do, Chief, you don't see Chief's face in any of the games. He does take his helmet off, but it's always like in this obscure thing. You don't actually see his face. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna take his helmet off, this is how you going to do it. Like, I feel like if you're gonna take his helmet off, it's a really fucking big deal. So you might as well make it a big moment. Like maybe he has to sacrifice. Like I don't know. Maybe in the climax of the show he has to take it off. But this like throwaway like shoot me in the head. My name's Pablo. You're like what? I don't know. I thought that was kind of a throwaway bullshit way of taking his helmet off.
I kind of felt like I definitely didn't think they were going to do it in the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was going to be like a Mandalorian thing, get to the last episode.
Yeah.
But the way they did it and the way this is tracking, I could see part of this him being in normal clothes. just a fucking human Master Chief. The way this is playing out,
God.
Oh, I don't have one episode. He doesn't have the suit. The
Yeah,
old I
yeah.
don't have the suit episode. Like like no, do not do that.
Oh my
dude.
god, yeah, that'll suck. What else? I felt like one of my biggest pet peeves is movies and shows that just like don't take its time, and I think that's my biggest issue with the show. Is it just rushes through everything? It's like I thought it would have been cool if like I know you probably disagree because you weren't a fan of the desert planet, but I thought it would have been a better pilot, I guess, or a pilot / episode 2, as if most of the episode took place on that planet and you got to know Quan a little more and her dad, because she seems to be a pretty important part. So you probably spend like 20-30 minutes in their clan and them telling stories, and then you have Chief and the soldiers drop down without the Covenant and they just fucking murder everybody because they're supposed to be villains. And then for whatever, make up a reason why they have to kill people. And then they take Quan, and then episode 2 is them in the ship on the way back, and then you have a whole episode where they bond, and then he has that turning moment at the end of the episode. But it's like they do all of that in one episode, and it's just like they just fly by everything. It's like, oh, he's supposed to care about this woman after one scene. Like I don't buy it at all. So I thought that was kind of, and just I guess overall as my closing, you spent probably 2 or 3 minutes of this episode talking about how Halo has been in development for over a decade, probably 15 years now. And like, this is it. After 15, 20 years of waiting for a live action Halo, this is what you're giving us? Like, come on, dude. Like, it just wasn't a very like explosive, fucking awesome Halo is here episode. Obviously, you know, we still have fucking 6 more episodes to go. It could change. You know, we're just kind of basing it off of one episode. Who knows? By the end of it, I may love the hell out of it. That kind of happened with me with Mandalorian. I was kind of like, about Mandalorian, but as the course of the show, I began to love it. So I'm hoping that's the case. But as a pilot episode, thought it was pretty lackluster. But I'm subscribed to Paramount Plus, so I'm gonna keep watching it. But
yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, I liked it. It's just I didn't like it as much as the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
there's no mention of a Halo. Like a Halo is a ring with like a planet in itself, and this isn't called Master Chief. You know, like it's weird.
I thought they were. I thought they did mention something. I thought the alien said something about the weapon. Like a quick throwaway line, I think, about having to prepare the weapon or find the weapon. I think that's what the relic was for, was to help them find the Halo.
Okay.
I think it's lost. I think it's lost to them or something like that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing the weapon. Which I assume is the Halo. Yeah. It just deserves a full motion picture treatment. You know,
yeah, for
and
sure.
even then, to really do it, you'd probably have to have one of these epic 3-hour movies, you know, something like that. And then still, probably you'd have people saying you can't fit an 8-hour game in a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, you gotta have a trilogy or something like a Lord of the Rings type of trilogy.
Yeah, and I don't remember hearing the theme at all. But, you know,
that was kind of another bummer.
You're not even gonna.
That would have been another cool thing of like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have been cool to do like a complete like carbon copy of Combat Evolved, but it'd been interesting to do a pilot where like he wakes up on a battle cruiser. And then, like, he's just kind of hanging out with the Covenant, and there's a big action scene, and then he like flies down, and like the end of the episode is him opening the ship and looks up, and there's like this that he's on the Halo, and you get the and then you cut to black. Like
that seems like something they would do in this show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ride this fucking bomb. Woo! He probably have his helmet off.
Yeah. He's waving his helmet like the cowboy hat.
Oh
God.
But hey, yeah, pretty. I don't know. It's weird because it's disappointing as far as you want a perfect Halo adaptation, but at the same time, it exceeded my expectations for what this would have been. You know what I mean? It's like I thought this was gonna be terrible. It wasn't terrible. I actually liked it. I just had a lot of problems with it, but yeah, I thought it was gonna be terrible. And they did not explain the Chevy Tahoe in the show. Well, you'll understand. No, I still don't understand. See, here, it's the 26th century, and it's a whole different planet. First of all. And you're trying to show that these guys are all poor and they're kind of using what they got in this old technology. Well, how'd they fucking ship a Chevy Tahoe to the planet then? That's the logistics of taking a vehicle from Earth and bringing it to another planet.
And a Tahoe of all vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A vehicle that's already 200 years old. Let's bring this.
Oh, shit.
So... Score. Oh man, I had one score in mind coming in. I usually have a score in mind when I come into this, and I don't really know until after we discuss it, and then it kind of simmers in me a little bit more. And typically, I change it, maybe a little lower, a little higher, around the same area though, depending on if our conversation went really well, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I did. This is really cool. I'll bump it up.
Yeah,
But if
sometimes you gotta work your shit out, you know? Yeah, I agree.
yeah, in the course of talking, sometimes I lower my score.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened today. Uh, not by much.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was originally coming in here as a 7, thinking that yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. It could have been better, but I think talking it out and hashing it up more, I think I'm going to go 6.8. Not in the 7 realm, but better than it. I thought it was going to be watchable, pretty fun. Actually, I liked it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's just different, and I can enjoy it for what it is, which is what I'm really trying to do. If I try to just enjoy it as Halo, I'm probably not going to have that much fun, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of just got to live in the moment that hey, Halo finally got its adaptation. It's kind of fun and different. Let's try it out. And in that sense, I was actually kind of giddy through the whole thing. I was like, wow, it's been like fucking 15, 16 years, and we're finally getting it. I'm watching it right now. Even though it wasn't like masterful cinema, it was like high sixes for me. I was still having fun through the whole thing. And, not till the end with the helmet off crap was like kind of like, oh, man,
Yeah.
put the helmet back on. Thinking more on that, that's what brought it down for me. Helmet stayed on,
Yeah.
you might have got a 7, you jerk. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I think 6.8 is fair, maybe even a little on the high side, but I really enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. I'm not quite that high, but I'm kind of I'm in there. Like, it's definitely not a home run. Like, I would say, if we're sticking with baseball references, this is like a single hit, in my opinion. Like, they got on base. I think it's fine. I'm kind of annoyed that this was basically the Mandalorian version 2, in the sense that, like, Halo has this massive world and lore that you could choose from, and instead you condense it to a quest where this guy goes and picks the thing up, brings it back, then has a second thoughts on bringing that thing, giving that thing up, and then they go on adventures togetger. It's like you just made the Mandalorian, but with Halo, with Master Chief. So,
or it's the Halo Infinite version. Go get the cells. We got to get 3 cells before we can go to the Covenant base.
So that was, I mean, on top of everything else I've already said, that it's also kind of disappointing that like that you kind of did the Mandalorian plot line a little bit. Not apples, it's not apples to apples, but it's pretty damn close. Yeah, I'm writing on like a 6.2. I think it's pretty watchable. I think it's fine. I don't think it's a 5. I think 5 to me is like, for me, not watchable, or like 50-50. You're either going to love it or hate it kind of deal. Like maybe don't even give it a chance. And then everything below that is like, fucking stay away. And I don't think it's that. I think it's definitely watchable and approachable, unless you don't like violence, because it is pretty violent, at least in the first 20 minutes or so. But yeah.
And the Halo games are not rated M.
Yeah.
So it's kind of strange that you would have this tone, right?
Yeah, it's a little weird for, like, because Halo is violent. I mean, it's a shooter. You're killing things, but it's not gory.
Yeah.
It's not like gore, like Mortal Kombat type shit.
Yeah.
It felt very gory.
Yeah, you don't ever see no like human blood and stuff. It's kind of just like alien, some green goop, and then there's no humans getting stabbed to the chest slowly by a lightsaber.
Right.
While choked. Oh!
Or children being murdered twice.
Yeah. Why are you stabbing me? Ow! Ow! Yeah. So it's a weird tone to take, because there's that part that's super violent, as in there's the other part where like Chief befriending a little girl and taking his helmet off, which seems very Saturday morning cartoon compared to the games. So at one point you're making it more violent than the games, and at the other point you're turning Chief into like this cartoon happy friendly version of himself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
What they do there.
Agreed. I wish they could find some sort of middle ground of that, of like, because I feel like they did. What if we did Saving Private Ryan, but in the Halo universe? It's like, well, I mean, you could and you did, and that's fine, I guess. But it seems a little jarring for this franchise. Yeah, if they find like a good balance between like fun PG-13 violence fantasy stuff, I think it probably would have played a little more closer to the subject material. But whatever.
Yeah, it's almost like they had like like Robert Rodriguez direct the first half, and then and then handed it over to like
Spielberg or something.
Yeah, right. And I did like it. It is cool that Amblin Entertainment is doing it. They've done some amazing stuff with Spielberg.
Yeah.
And, the end did feel very Spielberg Amblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's kind of got so hopeful. Yeah. So yeah, 6.8. What'd you say? 6.2. 6.2. 6.2. 6.8. If you got Paramount Plus, check it out. If you want to redeem a free trial, check it out. I think they're giving away like a free month with Xbox too, if you have Gold or something like that, or Ultimate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look on your Xbox dashboard if you have one. I think they had a way for you to watch it for free. But I think it's only a month, and I don't know how the episodes are coming out, so I don't know if you're going to be able to watch the whole thing off of free trial if you do it right now. So you might want to wait, unless you like Jean-Luc Picard, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. Episode 86 in the bag. Please check us out on Spotify and Apple Music, and as always, we got the full video experience here on YouTube. So enjoy your Sunday. We enjoy talking with you guys every week. Appreciate you coming by. And until the next V's, we say peace.
Peace.
Later.